Hey guys, you might notice that I'm in front of a slightly dirtier white car this week. That's because the dirt is a little bit of a memento from off-roading up in the Central Coast. That's one. The other memento I have is this rash of poison oak, which don't scratch, don't do it. So ignore that. But the most important and final little memory I have of the post I did last week in our trip to the Central Coast is wanting to figure out what's going on with the Addy, why it's turning off and such. I mentioned that it's a tire circumference issue and programming the device to trick the device into thinking that the wheel is a certain size so that it will perform the way we want. So I'm going to walk through what that process looks like and let you know that I did have some success. Last night I was able to program it to the point where it goes fast, faster than definitely stock. I haven't been able to measure it. I got a new phone, Galaxy Note 7, awesome, but it doesn't have the same screen recording capabilities that I had before. So I will download some apps, get some screen records onto that new phone there, and hopefully get some video posted similar to what I had before of me riding while there's an actual readout of the speed. Hopefully doing that testing this weekend. I'll find some nice flat areas and some hills and see how it does. But let me show you something first that I bought online. I got a good deal. I got it for like $18, and it's a combination flashlight, speaker, battery, like external battery backup, and also basically an MP3 player that'll play off a micro SD card. So I wanted to show you that because I'm kind of excited about it. So here's the actual device. I paid $18, but I think $25-ish is the going price. So flashlight with different modes, and the speaker is built in there. It's got these little vents all around it where the sound comes out. Controls there, and a little flap in the back where obviously you can connect Bluetooth, but there's also this micro SD slot that you can just play music directly off of micro SD. Also charge your phone. So if this was to mount here, that would pretty much give you everything without having to connect to the URB-E battery. I haven't mounted it because I want to modify the mount a little bit so I can actually turn it, so when I'm not using the flashlight it can sit kind of crossways and not be quite as in the way. And then when I use it I want to be able to just turn it and turn the flashlight on. So I'll be modifying this basic handlebar mount there. But anyway, inexpensive and covers a few of the functions I've wanted to have attached to my handlebar. So I thought I'd share that. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is how to do the tire circumference measurement on the Addy, what I've been calling programming. It's a special mode that you put the device into, and it spins the wheel and then measures how many times the magnet goes around the sensor, which is here. Here's a little makeshift magnet that I bolted on. And then based upon those, it calculates how big the tire circumference is and then knows how to perform. So that's where I've been having issues, is setting it up in a way that will perform so that it starts the Addy at the right time, and then the current problem I have is it turning off. So currently about 15 miles an hour is the speed where the Addy will disengage and then it'll slow down, then re-engage, and then slow down, and it'll just do that kind of noise that you saw in my last video. So up until now, what's taken me so long is what Addy recommended for me to do is disconnect this sensor, put it onto a regular size mountain bike, and then run the Addy. The Addy could stay mounted, but I would have to put the original magnet on the mountain bike wheel and then have the sensor connected as I run the programming, and doing that 3 or 4 times and then reattaching it here, besides running out of zip ties, was just a pain. So I devised another way. Being that the Addy was designed for full-size bikes, it has a pedal assist sensor. So this disc would go on the crank of the bicycle, and it has these magnets on it, and those would spin around, and there's another sensor on the crank, and that would tell the Addy where the crank position is and how fast it's spinning and such. So I devised a little thing where I put this on a little socket and attached it to a drill, and using this I tricked the sensor into thinking that the wheel is spinning, and that way I can leave the Addy disengaged and then just pretty much dial it in how I want. Figuring out how to do it and what speed to spin the drill at, it's not really a science. So what I do is I just watch this light here. Every time the magnet goes by it, it blinks, and kind of get a gauge on how that's going to affect the overall drive. So I was going to demonstrate that. So first, we connect the battery, and you can always find this on Addy's website as well as their YouTube channel. Connect the battery. We will get a light if it comes on video here. Right under here. Yeah, you probably won't be able to see that. Anyway, that's the power light. There's another light right here that will blink as the magnet passes the sensor. So once it's turned on, you just crank the top of the bottle battery from one end to the other until that second light stays solid. Okay, let me start from the beginning. So I won't talk, I'll just do the procedure, set it all up, and then follow up with a test ride. That's pretty much it. Wait a few seconds here. They say up to a full minute, but not really. Disconnect the battery, and once we plug it back in, it should be set to go. I'm gonna go give it a test ride and see how it does. Okay, so I'll do kind of a drive-by shot like I did in one of my earlier videos, just to see if it turns off at the higher end of its speed. And maybe for a speed comparison, I'll go by first just with the URB-E motor and then follow up with the Addy. Alright, so definite improvement in acceleration and top speed. So the way I dialed it in this time might be a little bit better than I had it last night, but I won't know till I actually get it on the open road. Above 15, so when I can feel the URB-E motor cut out and the Addy just take over, it does accelerate less quickly than when it does, off the start. But it will get up to speed, and it's noticeable once it's actually fully going. It's actually really fun. So I hope to show that to you this weekend. I'll do some video, hopefully post on Sunday, and wish me luck.